everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the Saturday show. This is an unusual time for this show to be on. Usually we're on at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I decided we were just going to have some fun tonight. We're not going to talk about the election, the fallout from it. I did that Thursday. We're just going to have a lot of fun tonight. I hope that you all are ready for a great evening. I'm going to try to make this show as brief as possible. But before then, I'm typing in one more thing. Just got to get this done. I should have probably did this, but I just remember this again. So, got to get some bills paid. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Let me see. I think I'm still at 291. Let me double check. I'm checking, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see how many I got so I can tell you how many I need. Well, I lost 2. So I'm back down to 289. So that means I still need 11 of you all to subscribe. I don't know why I keep losing subscribers, but please subscribe. Remember to support me on Patreon. Supporting me on Patreon allows me to do my podcast. Support begins at $2 a month, which is 50 cents a week. Remember the virtual scavenger hunt. I got this out of date order. I just realized it, but the virtual scavenger hunt fundraiser for this page is February the 1st, 2025 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, tickets start at $20. All the funds go towards getting me a desk, a better background, a better introduction, so forth. And remember, the Defeat the Duopoly Awards are Saturday, December the 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're dishonoring those that deserve to be dishonored. And remember, we have started our 25 likes and 15 shares campaign. I will be mentioning that every podcast I do. We're asking 25 people to like this podcast and others. And we're also asking an additional 15 people to share this link to others. Hopefully that will get me to 300. I promise y'all I had 291 the other day, but apparently people just don't like me. So subscribe, but that will help. That will help get the subscribes up. If we can get in the algorithm, YouTube will start suggestions. So tonight, like I said, it's a fun night. No talk about the election. I did that Thursday. Maybe I'll do it Tuesday. No, I probably won't do it Tuesday. I'll talk about the way forth. But today is just a fun day. I want everybody to relax, take a deep breath, get yourself back in order. We gonna be okay. So I used to do this thing called Top 5. And I'm going to do that today because I really hadn't even thought about, hey, what can I talk about? I'm going to talk about, let me put this on here so I can remember the topics that I'm going to talk about just so I can cheat. Because I had them written down, but apparently not as much. So I'm definitely going to talk about the worst television show I have ever seen. Because I got to TV show. I'm definitely going to talk about best desserts, best board games, and why I hate food trucks. So pardon my chips in the back, popcorn in the back. No comments again. And remember to comment. I forgot that one. Comment, please. I'm gonna need your comments tonight. You all know I struggle when I'm by myself. So I'm gonna need all the support I can get, even if you want to just say hello, Tracy, how are you? I don't know where I want to start at though. I don't know where I want to start. Let me see. I'm trying to get this where I can see the two screens at the same time. Okay, so let's start off with why I hate food trucks. Now, you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, food trucks, that's an entrepreneur. And you always say that you support small businesses. I do. I absolutely support small businesses. I try to avoid going to like chain stores for anything except for like grocery stores because there's no independent grocery stores in our city. So I don't have a choice but to go to the chain stores. So I support the concept of somebody getting out there and having their own business and, working in the community. But here's a couple of problems that I have with food trucks, and they're hello, Rue, by the way, MC. I saw you on the last show, and I meant to say I missed you so much. You kind of disappeared, so I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for tuning in. But I can't stand food trucks for a couple of reasons. The number one, location. Okay, so the idea of a food truck is they go around town, right? They go from one location to another. And they just they serve people there, right? So why? I like a brick and mortar better because I always know where it is. So if I want barbecue ribs and I'm not going to my brother's place for them because he owns his own food truck, hope he doesn't see this, but if I'm not going to his place to get ribs from his business, then I'm going to go to the local rib place that's around the corner. I know exactly where it is. I know where their menu is. I know what their hours are. I can go to that location, park my car, go inside, pick up my order. I don't have to stress about, oh, well, what's the location? Where they're going to be at. Food trucks are never in the same location twice. One time they'll be on one side of town, and then the next day they'll be on a completely different side of town. And they never tell you like how you're supposed to know where they're at, right? So you don't know where they're at. So it's not like they're telling you, it's like, well, just look at our Facebook page. They never put on their Facebook page like where they're at. And then, well, why is business slow? Because you don't have a consistent location. Now, if you were going to consistently park your food truck at a certain location all the time, well, okay, because then I wouldn't have a beef. But you're moving around and you're not updating it on your website and you're not telling people where you're going to be. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? I don't. Second problem with food trucks, the weather. This is where chain restaurants probably have food trucks and independent businesses they have these things called drive-through, right? Or like drive-up service. Like you pre-order your food and you pay for it beforehand and you go to the location and somebody will bring it to you so you can sit in your car and you don't have to get out. A food truck, you got to stand in line. You got to sit there and you better hope it's like good weather because if it's not and it's raining or snowing, like I don't want to stand out in the snow just to get food. I want to either you bring it to my car or I go to a location, stop the car, go inside, get it. I can't with this standing outside, waiting all day in this long line. No, wait a minute. That makes a backtrack. It's not a long line. It's usually 4 people in the line. It takes all day for them to make something. Okay, I get that you're making things fresh and I appreciate that, but I'm going to you because I don't want to cook things myself. So I kind of expect them to be fast, right? I don't expect to be sitting there waiting 30, 40 minutes. I don't have that type of time to spare. That's another thing I don't like. Another thing I don't like, where did it come up with the names of their food items? Just call it a burger and fries. You don't have to name it something special. That you aren't we know you're not McDonald's, so you don't have to call it the half pounder or veggie delight or any else. You could just call it burger and fries or fish and fries or fish fries and coleslaw. You don't have to get all special with the names. And why are y'all prices so much higher? I get it. A small business has higher costs. I get that when it's like maybe 5 to 10% higher than what I would pay at like a corporate owned store. Okay, that makes sense. I don't like it, but I understand, it's a small business. You have higher costs, and the only way you can make that up is to pass it on to the customers if your quality meets what you're charging. But sometimes they'll be like 4 wings, $15. Huh? And I'm not talking about like the whole wing, like with that little flap and that little the little flap and the 2 wings. I'm talking about the whole little wing, like cut up. So it's like wingettes, 4 little wingettes, $15. A little half bit of fries and probably nothing to drink. Why y'all prices be so high? Oh my goodness. I do like that they don't take cash. That I do like, because I can get in. I don't have to worry about somebody in front of me. They can't count, and they got to go with the this cost $20.28, but they want to give them a 50, and then have the person sit there and figure out. No, just stick your card. I do like. I do appreciate that. But man, a food truck just annoys me. There's so many little things about it that annoys me. And like I said, we're how am I supposed to find you? Why are your food prices so high? Why I got to stand in line and you don't never know what the weather is gonna be like? And why y'all naming y'all stuff all extra? You don't have to get all extra with your name. You don't have to. You can simply call it burger, fries, coleslaw, and what? Oh, and something to drink always costs more than if you went to the grocery store and bought it. And I get it, when you're going out to eat, things are going to cost more than if you made them yourself. But sometimes, like a little soda, like a soda this size, let me show you. A soda this size is like $4. It's like, well, wait a minute. No, that's not. I'm not paying $4 for that. I can just go to the gas station and get one for $2.99, which is what I'm going to do when I get off this podcast. But food trucks just annoy me so much. And I want to support, like I said, I want to support locally owned businesses. I try to support locally owned businesses. I promise I try to. But it's just hard when you're moving around every 3 times and you can't do anything. And I'm actually placing my order here, guys. So pardon me. I mean, it makes no sense. Like I said, I want to support small businesses. I definitely do. But I can't with this we here this day and next week we clear Carstown, and you don't even tell me. Like, you don't even tell me. I'm still trying to order. This website is real slow. So that's enough about food trucks. Still no comment, guys. Keep commenting. Like I said, I'm by myself for the next couple of weeks. So it's gonna be it's gonna be hard for me, and I need all the support I can get. Um, I'm trying to get back to y'all window so I can see ya. Yeah, make sure you comment. I know Rue by Way MC said good evening, so I thank you. And I promise we'll get back to more serious topics next week. But like I said, I was just on election over news. Real news, can't stand the world's prices going up for groceries and civic participation. They are. Because sometimes it costs less to eat out than it does like to go to the store and buy stuff. And that's really strange. I'm trying to get to the next topic here. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is best desserts. Now this one, I should be like boohoo not doing this one. As a type 1 diabetic, desserts really shouldn't be a part of my diet, probably at all. But I am a sucker for desserts. Love them, love them, love them, love them. The sweeter they are, the more I love them. So you have, and I'm just gonna name some random ones. Cookies. I like peanut butter cookies. I like chocolate chip cookies, but I don't like chocolate chip and peanut butter cookies mixed. Like, I like them separately. Like, I like chocolate chip, I like peanut butter, but I don't like them when they're putting like the morsels on the same cookie. I can't. No, I cannot. It seems like they get like extra sweet. And I don't really like it that. Like I said, I like chocolate cookies, peanut. Yes, I know. I shouldn't they should not be a part of my diet, but they are. Stress. um, I like I said, I like chocolate chip cookies. I like peanut butter cookies. Snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles. I have to be in the mood for snickerdoodles, right? It has to be like I'm in a certain mood. It has to be around the holidays. I can't just pop up and eat snickerdoodles for like no reason. It has to be like a reason, like Thanksgiving or Christmas, something like that. It has to be something that makes me think about snickerdoodle cookies. I love shortbread cookies. Love, love, love shortbread cookies. Because they're not like overly sweet, even though I just said the sweeter they are, the more I tend to like them. But they're not like, sometimes I'm just not in the mood for something sweet, but just like a touch of sweet. And shortbread cookies like meet that. I like those really fancy cookies they sell at the store, Petra's Farm cookies. I love all of those. Um, I love all of those. I can't even name them. I like the mint ones with like the peppermint patty things on the top of them. Oh, those are good. Um, I love, 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 love oatmeal raisin. Let me tell you something. I don't like raisins and I don't like oatmeal. But for some reason, you put that together in a cookie form, it's over. over, over. I love, 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 love oatmeal raisin cookies. They're probably my favorite. Now, I don't get too much into Girl Scout cookies because now they charge $6 a box and every year they go up. I do like the Dosey Does, which are the peanut butter ones, and I like the Thin Mints. Those are the only two Girl Scout, because the other ones I'm like, they're okay, but those are okay. Um, I like um I like pecan cookies. I like sugar cookies because they're simple, right? You don't need like 15,000 ingredients. You just need what? Flour, sugar. Well, I don't know the ingredients to sugar cookies, but it seems like to me it's like a real simple cookie. And it's like one of those ones, it's sweet, but not sweet, sweet. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, I love sugar cookies. In terms of pies, hold on a second. No, 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 no. In terms of pies, apple. Apple pie is my favorite. Oh, pies and cobblers, because they're kind of like the same thing. Um, Apple pie is absolutely my favorite type of pie, period. It's simple. You just need apples. I don't know. They don't use the Granny Smiths, the green ones. Granny Smith is the green ones. I don't know which color apple they use because I just go by color, not by what they're called. I know there's Gala, Granny Smiths, the other one. Um, but I love, love, love apple pie. I don't like fudge pie though. It's like, is this a boo boo cake? I hate to be that gross, but I'm like, ugh, I don't like fudge cake at all. I like fudge, but not a fudge cake. Because it reminds me of that movie The Help where she made that pie out of her manure. And I'm like, ooh, no, I don't like fudge pie at all. Um, I love I love peach cobbler. Love it, love it, love it. And I like the I don't know whether I like the crust more or whether I like that peaches more. But oh my goodness, peach cobbler I could eat all day. I don't like sweet potato pie. I know you're looking at what race of person I am. You're saying, how come you don't like sweet potato? It's too sweet. Sweet potato pie is too sweet. I cannot with all that sugar. It's just like sugar, 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 sugar. I can't. It's like, stop it. You I can't with all of that sugar in it. It's just like, stop it. It's just like somebody just took sugar and just said, man, we're going to just pour it in here, pour it in here, pour it in here. And then they emptied it and said, that'll do it. No, it's just like too much. I also love candy yams. I know that's not a pie, that's not a cake, that's not a cookie, but it's a dessert and it's awesome. Now, you would think I would like sweet potatoes, but sweet potatoes and yams are not the same thing. They're close. They're the same color, but they are not the same. Yams and sweet potatoes are not the same. I also like tri-berry pie, or what they call razzleberry. Now that's blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry, but not strawberry. Um, yeah, it's raspberry, blueberry. No, wait a minute. Blueberry, raspberries, not strawberries. Oh, I just named it. I just named the three berries. Strawberry? No, no. Raspberry, blueberries, some other berries. But razzleberry, hold on. No, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do this. Blackberry. Thank you, Rue, by the way. Blackberry. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. Awesome. I don't care if it's a cobbler and I don't care if it's a pie. Either way, I'm going to eat it. Love, love, love raspberry pie / cobbler. I don't like black cobbler. And you just heard me say how much I like blackberry, raspberry, and blueberries. Um, but blackberry by itself, I have to have the other two to kind of balance it off. I tell you what else I love: cheesecake. Oh, I love cheesecake. Now I don't get off into the now this one I can't with rhubarb. It's just too dang on tart. I'm just like, you know what? Strawberry pie is okay. It depends on who makes it. Because you have to almost like buy it from a bakery. Like you don't want your auntie making it because like it ruins it. But rhubarb, oh no, 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 no. And hey, Diggs, BTW1, thank you for coming in and commenting. Um, I can't with rhubarb, but I love cheesecake. Plain cheesecake probably is my favorite, just because um some people that look very similar to me are like lactose intolerant, and we really shouldn't be eating cheesecake like that, but it's still so very, very good. um yeah, like I said, plain is my favorite, but I'll eat pumpkin pie cheesecake. I just had some of that the other day. Strawberry cheesecake, um raspberry, it doesn't matter, but plain is like my favorite. I also like, now this one I have to be in the mood to eat it. Lemon meringue pie. Now I just said rhubarb is too tart, but I like the tartness of the lemon meringue pie. I know that don't make no sense. I love the yellow stuff, the gelatin part. I don't know if it's gelatin or what that's called, but like the bottom part, the top part is okay, but the meringue part, oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. And of course, you gotta keep it simple, Jello. Or wait a minute, is Jello really a dessert? Because then you have Jello gelatin and then Jello pudding. Are those desserts or not? I don't think those are desserts. But then I eat them for dessert. So they may not be desserts. They may be like, what is Jello pudding and Jello gelatin? Is it a dessert? I don't know. But I'm just gonna categorize those. Though those are due in a pinch. Um I remember my mother when she was living, and I think my aunt has did these a couple times. She made something called tea cakes. Oh, look up tea cakes. It comes from the South, and it's awesome. And it's like a shortbread, but it's not as thick as a shortbread. Ooh, Junior's Cheesecake Brooklyn. You know what? I've heard that's like the best. Wait a minute. I'm gonna actually look up the tea cakes, because these are they're such a southern delicacy. Okay, so let me, and they don't have tea in them, and it's not quite a cake, but it's like now they said tea cakes are from the UK. I'm sitting there thinking it's from the South, but oh well, it's from the South in my opinion. Um, but they are delicious. And then there's Chewy's. Now Chewy's you don't hear a lot about, because like Jiffy used to have like the recipe, like you would just take like 2 boxes of Jiffy mix. Now Jiffy normally is known for cornbread, but they also make like desserts. And so you would take like 2 boxes of their yellow cake mix, and you make it. But then you would put like um chocolate and walnuts and something else. I forget. Wait a minute. Let's see. Um, I'm trying to see what's in them because they got them on their website. Um, yeah, you get yellow cake mix, and then you get brown sugar, flour, corn syrup, water, chocolate chips, and then walnuts. That's what it is. That's what it is. Mine is just whipped, white egg whipped and flavored. Oh, really? I never would have thought that. Afternoon tea and assorted crumpets. Yeah, tea cakes are kind of similar to that, but I know them from the South. They're really they're not thick, but they're not thin either. But they're really light. Like, get somebody from the South, they know them. I wish I knew how to make them because I would probably make them all the time. I love tea cakes. Um, Muffins, not a big muffin fan. I can't get into muffins. I already said cookies. I already said cakes. Okay, so my favorite cake is white cake with white icing. I know I keep it real simple. Um, I keep it real simple. I cannot stand chocolate cake. I don't like it. I think it's dry. I think it's terrible. I don't know why people even eat chocolate cake. It is the most disgusting cake I have ever tasted. It has literally no taste. Why people put red food color in it and call it red velvet cake? That's just nasty. Chocolate cake is nasty. German chocolate cake is nasty. I don't want to eat it. It is terrible. Do not, do not come at me for not liking chocolate cake. I can't. I will not eat chocolate cake. I won't eat it. I'll throw that mess in the trash because that's the only place that chocolate cake deserves to be. Um, I don't have Netflix, so I've never watched it. Um, Yuck. Chocolate, just yuck. Yeah, my favorite cake is white cake with white icing. I like yellow cake. I like caramel cake. See, caramel cake could get you in trouble. Ooh, caramel cake could get you in some trouble. Louisiana crunch cake from Edmonds. I don't. When I see it in the grocery store, I purposely pass it. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't look at that cake because if I get it, I'm gonna want to eat the whole thing. It's just like awesomeness, just right there, right? I just oh, I love it. What other cakes I like? I like lemon cake. I like strawberry cake. Um, I like what is tiramisu? Tiramisu is a cake, right? It's just cake in this kind of what I don't like is angel food cake. Angel food cake is a sponge. I don't even know why do people eat angel food cake? If I want to eat a sponge, I would just go to the store, go to the clean house, and just buy sponges and throw some sugar on it. Angel food cake is disgusting. However, pound cake, even though it's heavy, pound cake is very heavy, but but it's very good, right? It's like, oh, this is yes. Um, so you're saying tiramisu is Italian cheesecake? Let me eat cake. But I'm trying to think of some other cakes I like. Like I said, anything chocolate, disgusting. Um, Pineapple upside down cake. Now here's my only I have to be in a certain mood to eat pineapple upside down cake because here's my problem with it. It's a tad bit, it's just a little bit too sweet. Like, it's like, and of course, you know, the thing with the strawberry shortcake, you gotta make, when you make it, is you gotta make sure that you grease the pan. Yeah, I said grease the pan, or make sure the pan is non-stick so that the pineapples, they'll stick at the bottom. And then when you turn and see, you put it in the oven, right? And then when you get it out the oven and it cools down, you flip it, and then the pineapples are on top. Some people decide to add icing to that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The pineapples are sweet enough. Just leave it alone. I think that's what agitates me about pineapple upside down cake. It's like when people add icing to something that's already sweet. It's already sweet. You don't have to add icing to the cake. Now, yes, for most cakes, you do need some type of icing. I tend to go with the buttercream ones because they just um, don't taste like wax. Some of them just taste like wax, and I'm not gonna rank them because I just know like um, very few of them. I don't know them enough by name. Um, I'm sitting here, okay. I'm trying to think of what other ones before I move on to my next topic. So I've talked about why I hate food trucks, best desserts. So I'm going to talk about best board games next. Um, Wait a minute. Peanut butter cakes, Krispy Kreme. Okay, see, I was with you, but three of those are not. Donuts are not desserts. They are not. I don't know what category you put them in, because like you can eat donuts for breakfast, lunch, dinner. But who, like, if it's not breakfast, like, why you eating a donut? It's like, for what reason? Um, Snickers, that's a candy bar, so that don't really count. But it's good as icing though. Like if you take it and put it on top of a yellow cake, that's makes some really good icing. So best board games. I only got 5 of them. Well, no, six. Six. Okay, so first board game, just right off the top, Monopoly. Monopoly is the greatest board game of all time. I don't want to hear it. You can go argue with your cousin them. You can argue with whoever else you want to argue with. No doubt about it. Monopoly is the best game ever. And I love Monopoly, but who plays by the rules? You just basically make up your own rules. The only rule you keep is do not pass go, do not collect $200 when you land on the jail, or if you roll doubles like 4 times, then we put them in jail. But everything else, I like it because you get to make we make up our own rules, and that's what makes it fun. Like you're strategizing. The properties you want to get is Boardwalk and Park Place. If you get Boardwalk and Park Place, you got it. You get Boardwalk Park, you don't really need anything else because you got the main 2 properties. Now, if you're gonna add to it, you get one of them other railroads. I think it's like 4 of them. You don't want like Baltic Avenue. No, you don't want Baltic Avenue. You don't want like Illinois, Indiana, and that other one that's in red. I know I don't have the board in front of me to like actually remember it because I haven't played in a couple years, but you definitely want Boardwalk and Park Place. And if you can get Electric Company and Waterworks, yeah, if you get those 4, you just won the game. You don't even have to worry about it. If you get Boardwalk, Park Place, Electric Company, and Waterworks, like I know, but see, that's what makes it good because it's just a game. Like, you know, you don't really have the means in real life to destroy your friends and family economic torture. So you just play, it's just a game. I love this game. This is my favorite game, but you got to watch who you play with. You got to watch who you play with. Everybody can't play Monopoly, right? Because some people, um, no, that's not on the list, but I used to play it. Um, You can't play Monopoly with just anybody. Everybody can't play Monopoly. Monopoly's not for everybody, right? You have to be a certain, like, you can't just play it for fun. You got to go in there thinking you're going to win. And maybe that's my problem, and that's why I like it. Um, Another game that I love, and this one is for the little bitty children, but oh well. I love Candyland. I don't know what the point of Candyland ever was, but I love Candyland. Um, or am I getting it confused with Chutes and Ladders? I might be getting it because you would take the piece and you just move down this little slide thing. Yeah, I think I'm getting it confused with Chutes and Ladders. But anyway, I also liked, oh, what was that board game called? And I just had it. Excuse me. Let me see. Yeah, I hate when I look up something, but I can't remember it. Board. I'm gonna look this up and see. Connect Four. Connect Four. Wait a minute. Now this one I am gonna bring up. Connect Four had this really, and I'm bringing this up because y'all know YouTube don't like me playing my videos or sharing clips because they get an attitude. Connect Four was basically really simple. You either diagonally, horizontally, and then backwards try to connect 4 different colors. So it was like tic-tac-toe, right? I'm gonna do the commercial because I love the commercial too. Love Connect Four. Chutes and Ladders, I absolutely loved. Yahtzee, when I played it, it was okay. But another one I really loved was Uno. Uno is a card game, and let me tell you something about Uno. This game could go on for hours. Like you would play cards by color. And I'm trying to think, the last time I played Uno, it had to be a few years ago. But I love Uno. I do love Scrabble. And I do love Trivial Pursuit. But I also love the board game Clue. I love the board game Clue because I always felt like I was solving some mystery. Yes, it was the same mystery each and every time, but uh, they killed him when in the library with the sledge. I mean, there were so many possibilities, but I loved Clue. I didn't like OPEC, and I didn't like I wait a minute. Backtrack this. I loved Hungry Hungry Hippo. Why? Because the game is simple. All you do is you just hit the little tail and you try to get as many of those balls as you can. Loved Hungry Hungry Hippo. Uno is a very dangerous. It's very very dangerous. This is another game you got to watch who you playing with because Uno people will fight. Now, guys, come on. Don't let Rude by way MC be the only one comment. Throw in some of your favorite games before I move on to my next topic. Or just say hello. Um, Yeah, you got to be careful. Uno and Monopoly. Be careful. Clue, nobody cares because everybody's like, it was Colonel Mustard in the cabinet with the clues, with the scissors or whatever weapon they use. Nobody cares. I'm trying to think of some more games. I said I liked Hungry Hungry Hippo because it was very simple. You didn't have to sit there and be like, well, wonder what you didn't. The one game that I loved / hated, and I'm going to play this commercial. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it is. I'm just going to play the commercial. This game, the commercial, I never figured out quite how to play the game. But it was like, what's the point of this game? Oh, shoot. I just had it. Oh, here it is.
Battleship. 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 Milton Bradley's great game of strategy. It's loaded with action and suspense. Play it anytime, anywhere.
B4. Hit. J1. Huh. Miss. J10. Oh, you just called my battleship.
Battleship. A game of strategy.
But I like when they would stand on the podium and be like, you sank my battleship. Those commercials were so, I did not understand the game. But I really loved the commercial. Let's see. Now, strategy, Go, don't, no, Battleship. Sorry, Dominoes for the win. Yes, I love Dominoes. Simon Says. Simon Says is a great game. It really helps because like you're watching the patterns and you're trying to pick up on them. That game can be fun, but it can be very frustrating. Like they'll start off real slow, and then the colors will start moving really, really fast, and you can't catch up to it. So it's really I enjoy it, but it has to be I have to be in a certain mood to play. Yes, I still play board games sometimes. Not this year or last year or year before, but in my adulthood, I've played board games. I'm trying to give you guys time to comment before I move to my last topic. And since I don't see any comments, I'm going to move to my last topic. So, my last topic tonight is worst television show I have ever seen. And I've done a list of the shows that I don't understand what people were thinking. I'm not sure what they were on, what they were smoking. Did they experience like a dramatic or traumatic situation that caused them to dive down here? I mean, there's shows like Homeboys in Outer Space, The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer, the one show with I don't know if that's a TV show or not. The one show with the talking dog, no, the talking dog puppet, the Married with Children spinoffs, but there's one show that I've actually seen an episode of. They filmed 7 episodes, but they only aired one. And this by far is the worst show that I've ever seen. Picture it. It's the 90s. in Great Britain, and someone decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a comedy. Now you're thinking, oh, a comedy. Yeah, people love to laugh. But not a comedy about Adolf Hitler. Yes, you heard me. Adolf Hitler. The most hated person of all time, Adolf Hitler. The Adolf Hitler that's responsible for the killing of 6 million Jews. Hated by everyone that was then and now and will ever come. He's worse than anyone. And some genius thought, you know what? Let's make this a sitcom. And not only that, because of course Hitler actually spoke English. No, he actually spoke German. But in the sitcom, let him talk English. Let him talk English. I mean, whatever. The show premise is that Adolf Hitler and his wife Ava Braun, who I don't think he was married to, like, I don't think so, but he and his wife live next door to Jewish neighbors who Hitler is always trying to kill. That's the premise. Now I want you to think about what it takes, because I'm going to go step by step to make you see how ridiculous this is. So a scriptwriter thinks about it. Somebody comes up with this idea in their minds to write this. Then they write a first draft. For some reason, they don't like the first draft. And if you've ever written a play, a book, a poem, you go through several drafts. That's just the way it is. So they go through several drafts. And then they workshop it, which means they get their friends or their families to read the script so they can hear it and possibly make more changes. So then they workshop it. Then the next thing they do is they shop it around to networks. Now, of course, most networks are going to reject this idea because a comedy about Adolf Hitler wanting to kill his Jewish next door neighbors isn't funny. But for some reason, a television station in Great Britain thought, you know what, this is going to be it. So then the next thing that they did was make a casting call. Now, for some of you that don't understand a casting call, the way that most shows, television shows, cast actors, they don't do a cattle call where they're just wanting anybody to come in. They'll connect to certain agencies and say, we're looking for this type of actor. They're this tall. They got this color hair. They have an accent, not an accent, scar, no scar, whatever they're looking for. So could you imagine then the talent agent trying to sift through all of these things to fit somebody to play Hitler? How do you then, so then you get a couple actors, you send them to an audition. How do you convince the actor to even go? What character am I playing? Is this, how does the agency sell this to the actor that's going to the casting call? Like, what are they auditioning with? Like, how bad is your money situation where you can't even say, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to do this. This is not it. I'm not feeling this at all. So they go through the casting call. And usually they'll narrow it down, like say they audition 20 actors, male, female, whatever. Then they'll get it down to like maybe 4, and then they'll finally do the casting. So now they've done the casting. So now they have to build a set. So they hire construction workers to build the set, or stage crew to build the set. Then they hire a lighting crew, costumes, grips for television, a sound person, the laugh track people. Then they film a commercial. They went through all these steps and nobody says, gee, this is not a good idea. This is probably the stupidest idea that you've ever thought of. How do you get through all of those steps and nobody says, hey, you may want to rethink this whole thing? You may not want to go through with this. Nope, we're going to just go through it. I see people like laughs. And you can say, oh, well, Springtime for Hitler was funny. That's because they made Hitler look like a buffoon. This show was trying to present it like it was like a regular sitcom with like everyday situations and wasn't trying to make Hitler look like a buffoon. Well, that's your first clue. It's not going to work. You're choosing Hitler. You are choosing Hitler. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. This is a bad idea. And then the actors, like again, how broke are they that they thought, you know what, this is it for me. This is gonna be my breakout role. Now I can see if you were doing like a documentary, that's one thing, because you're presenting actual historical facts. But this is a sitcom. No. You had costume people. You had people come in to pick the costumes. You had somebody that gave him that little mustache and that bad haircut. You had them speak English when he was in Germany and they spoke German. Whoa. Y'all help me put some in the comments because I can't. I don't understand this. Why would you? And then the theme song. Oh, I'm going to play the theme song. I'm going to play the theme song because that was terrible too.
Just like all of our...
Heil, honey.
Hi, honey.
Heil, honey.
Hi, honey.
Heil, honey.
Hello.
I'm home. Heil, honey. Smile, honey. Because I'm home. Gee, it's great to be talking on, but it's nothing like the fun that I get when I say Heil, honey, I am home. Heil, honey. Smile, honey. Gee, it's great to be back. Heil, honey, I'm home.
How did somebody not say to them, this is a terrible idea, write something else? Nobody in the comments are saying anything. You know why? Because you're shocked. You're sitting there thinking, oh no, this couldn't be. It was. They filmed 7 episodes of this garbage. I unfortunately saw 1. Don't ask me how. I was in the deep webs and I was sitting there and I'm like, no. A comedy about a fascist, crazy dictator is not a good thing. No. It is not good. Worst show ever. If you know of a show that's worse than that, you tell me. I don't know. I literally don't know. I may lose more subscribers. I may go from 289 to 280 because that was just the most terrible thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, I mean, I've had other shows and I'm like, that was terrible. But that right there, that hell, honey, I'm home. Why? You could have stopped this the very first step and not even wrote that episode. Be like, you know what? I'm going to just put that in my bad idea of mine and like not even go that route. Guys, I hate to end it on such a bad note, but this has been an hour. And remember next week, I'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to do a top 10 of the congratulations to Dr. Cornel West countdown. I'll do something. I just haven't figured out what yet, but I will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to tune in Tuesday. Yes, I'm going on air Tuesday. I will be live on Tuesday. Tune in on Tuesday. Remember to like this podcast. We're looking for the 25 likes. You may not want to share this one, but we're looking for the 25 likes and 15 shares for every episode we do. We're trying to get up to 300. I keep losing subscribers, so please subscribe. Remember to support me on Patreon. Patreon allows me to keep being on air. Remember that the virtual scavenger hunt fundraiser is February 1st, 2025 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once you make your contribution, you can you'll receive a Zoom link, and they do, but they're not worse than that Hitler comedy. They're not. And remember, finally, the Duopoly Awards will be on Saturday, December the 14th at 6:00 p.m. We're going to dishonor those that deserve to be dishonored. It will be a fun time. Like I said, just tune in Tuesday, tune in Thursday. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the election, but I thought not tonight. We're going to not do that tonight, but I'll probably hit it up again on Tuesday and Thursday, most likely. But today I thought, give everybody a break. And I didn't see Nelson in here tonight, so hopefully he'll join us Tuesday. But remember that, of course, I appreciate you all watching. I'm going to take myself down and do the outro. I will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a fantastic... Oh, wait a minute. Now he comes in at the very last minute. That sounds like something you would only see on Family Guy. Nope, it's real. And thank you, Nelson. Now I'm going to go off and you missed the whole show. So now you got to go back and watch it. But thank you all for watching. Remember to tune in 7 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'll come up with something. Don't know quite what is, but I'm going to take myself down and do the outro. I'll see you. Have a great evening.